How's it going, YouTube? This is Skul, and welcome to my monthly video game pickups video for the month of December 2018. I'm sorry if everything looks a little all over the place here. It was all I could really do to get it on the table. I got more this month than I thought I would. A lot of it was for free or something like that, and I'll show that off as I get to it. But for now, let's just go ahead and get started. Save the stuff for last there. Anyway, so it was Christmas, and I'm sure a lot of you might be surprised to hear I didn't actually get that many video games for Christmas. Actually, I didn't get any video games at all for Christmas, but I did get a video game console. I asked for a Sony PlayStation 2, and I got a PlayStation 2. And this works great. I've tried it out. I've played tons of games on it. Don't have a memory card for it yet, but that's in the mail on its way here. So once that arrives, I'll be able to play through a ton of games and save them as well. Very happy to have a PlayStation 2 in my collection at long last. I've wanted one for a while. Finally got one for Christmas. My favorite Christmas present, thanks to my wife, who bought it for me. And also I got this, not technically for Christmas, but my brother was only home for one day, and we celebrated Christmas while he was here. While he was home, he gave me this, his old Xbox 360. Now, this is a 360S version, so it's not the original model. He's been using it nonstop for a few years now, and it hasn't Red Ring of Death yet, and I don't think it will. These things are a lot less privy to. But anyway, I now have an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 2. And they're both now hooked up to my television, ready to play whenever I want. It's absolutely awesome. So, 2 new game consoles, very happy to have them. There we go. Need to stack them like this so they don't slide all over the place. Also for Christmas, I got this. This is a acrylic stand-up thing, and it has Pikachu on it. As you can see, it glows all the colors of the rainbow. It's powered by USB, so I plugged it into my computer, and I have it on the shelf above my computer, and now it just does this, and it's awesome. And there's even a touch thing there that you can touch and make it glow certain colors, like there it's yellow, of course. So very happy to have that. This is just an absolutely adorable thing. I don't even know if it shows up in frame there, but I got that. Sad as they got me this. Walmart had a llama thing going on, or I'm sorry, a Fortnite thing going on, and she bought me a stuffed llama. Maybe you might know about it. There was a day when Walmart did like a dance-off or something. I was unable to go to that, but since she works at Walmart, she was able to participate, and she got me a special spray for Fortnite. I love Fortnite. And she picked up this llama for me, so this will be on my shelf as well. Very happy to have it. Super awesome. Let's just make Pikachu start glowing again there. Maybe. There we go. So, very happy to have the llama. Sad as they got that for me. Let's see here. Now, of course, we got all of the new Amiibos that came out this month. We got the 3 Octoling Amiibos, here in the States anyway. We got the boy, the girl, Bridget, and the octopus Amiibos. So, I had to get those. And of course, with the release of Super Smash Bros., we got the next 3 Amiibo in the Smash line. We got Ridley, Wolf, and the Inkling Girl. Now, I believe the next Amiibo release early February for Smash, so be on the lookout for those. I continue to own every single Amiibo, and there's also this one that released, the Loot Goblin from Diablo 3. I'm sure most of you didn't even know this existed. I barely knew it existed. When it finally shipped, I saw this this shipping notification, you know, your UPS package will arrive by tomorrow. I'm like, what did I order from GameStop? Loot Goblin. This was a GameStop exclusive. Even worse, it was a GameStop online exclusive. I ordered it. It's here. It's an Amiibo. It counts. There we go. I continue to own every single Amiibo, and I'm probably never going to hunt for Amiibo again. I'll probably just order them and pick them up like that, so yeah. Let's see. I got this. I really should have started off with this, actually. But it's been front and center for the whole video, so you know. This is the Japanese Pokemon Green 2DS system that released in Japan around the time of Pokemon's 20th anniversary over there, so early 2016. I already had the blue and the yellow versions. This is green, now I'm only missing red. But this I did get 100% for free from a company called Buyee, B-U-Y-E-E, that reached out to me and said, hey, we would love to sponsor something for your channel. Are you interested in that? I said, yes, absolutely. So I bought this through their service. This was from Japan. They bought it and shipped it to me, and Buyee is a forwarding service. There's a lot of companies in Japan that sell products, like think Amazon, or especially Amazon Japan, sell products, but they will not ship to US or any foreign addresses. So what Buyee does is they buy the products and then ship them to you, and you pay them for their services. So they're a forwarding service, and I gotta say, I was 100% satisfied with them. They were very communicative with me. They shipped this EMS, so it was at my house within 3 days of being purchased. Most things I import from Japan, I have to wait a week or two, or even a month or more. This was here promptly, is in excellent condition. This is probably the best conditioned box I've got out of all of them. Everything was included. It was all brand new, so thanks to Buyee for sponsoring that, and a link to look into the service more for yourself is in the description of this video if that sounds like something that would benefit you in the future. I'm going to use them again, I'm sure, because like I said, still missing the red 3DS or 2DS. It's a 3DS, but it's a 2DS, you know how it is. I'm still missing red version. I need that one to complete that set, so looking forward to using them again. I only picked up one Wii U game this month. I got Snoopy's Grand Adventure, which I believe brings my Wii U collection up to 66 games out of 163, with only one more game known to be coming from Limited Run Games. So that means I have, I think, 40% of the library. I don't remember for sure. But anyway, one more Wii U game. This I bought over Black Friday, as a Black Friday sale, and it just arrived. This is Bleed 2 from Play Asia. Now, or East Asia Soft. They publish their games exclusively through PlayAsia.com. The games are limited print, like limited run games, super rare games, etc. And this is the special edition that comes with a number on the back. I believe there were 3,000 made altogether, and this is number 1892. It comes with Bleed and Bleed 2, two separate games. So, it was really, really inexpensive over Black Friday and free shipping, so figured why not. These are the Switch games that I got this month. And unlike last month, where practically all of them were limited print games, this month, practically all of them are actual non-limited print games. I'd like to say most of these were Black Friday. I don't remember most of them. Let's see. Moonlighter, Namco Museum Arcade Pack, which wasn't a Black Friday thing. I believe I used my Best Buy reward certificates to get that. SteamWorld Dig 2, which I think was Black Friday. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, not Black Friday, just I needed it. I got it. I'm not good at the game. I'm trying to get better at it, but I'm just not good at it right now. This is The Police 2, which I think was a Black Friday thing. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, the Golden Country, which is not Xenoblade Chronicles 2, this is the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Haven't played it yet because I haven't finished the actual game yet, Xenoblade. That game is so... it's going to take me a while to get through it. But I will. And when I do, then I'll play this next. And I also got Ease 8, Lacrimosa of Dana. Ease 8, okay? Ease 8. I wanted to get it because it just looks like a beautiful game, so I got it. And this is my only limited print game from for the Switch this month. Shikondo Soul Eater. And this is another one of those games from East Asia Soft. Their third game published on the Switch, and it just now arrived, so awesome, glad to have that. And when I ordered Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I actually got the special edition that came with the Pro Controller. And here it is. I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't taken it out of the box, but I do have it, which I'm very grateful for. Because I feel like that controller is going to be hard to find in the future, like the Xenoblade 2 controller, which I don't have. That's close to the only official Nintendo Switch controller I don't have, depending on a few things. I ordered, when Switch Online came out, I ordered these NES online controllers for the Switch. Haven't taken those out of the box either. And the reason I say, depending on what counts as a controller, is Japan got this as well, but they got the Famicom colors. Because their version of the NES was called the Famicom, which had a gold and maroon sort of coloring scheme to it. These are already hard to get as it is. You're limited to buying only one pair of controllers per account. So this is the only one I can ever buy. If I wanted to buy another, I'd have to set up a whole separate account, pay for Switch Online for that as well, or add it to my family plan. I don't even know if adding it to my family plan, actually. But anyway, you'd have to you'd have to set up a whole separate account, pay for extra, and then order another pair of controllers, and when would you ever actually need to do that? So these are going to be hard to find in the future. And the Famicom ones are already super hard to find. I know of a few people who've managed to get a hold of them, but it's not something that I'm really interested in doing right now. I just want to not worry about it. But the only official controllers that I'm missing now, oh, I guess I'm missing a few more. I'm missing the Super Smash Bros. Joy-Cons, which were exclusive only with the Smash Switch that came out last month. I'm missing the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Pro controller, and I am missing the NES Famicom controllers from Japan. Will I ever get them? I hope so, but they're just not a priority right now. I really need to scale back what I'm focusing on. I went to my retro game store this month, and they actually had a ton of Super Nintendo games that I wanted, and I got. These are really classic games. Most of you probably actually know what these are, just by looking at them. We got Donkey Kong Country, just a classic on the system. I think it's like their second or third best-selling game ever. Their first best-selling game ever, Super Mario World, which, believe it or not, I never actually played before I got this. And tied for my favorite Super Nintendo game, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. The first Yoshi's Adventure sort of game. Very happy to have that, like I said. Tied for my favorite Super Nintendo game with Super Metroid, which I do not have. I prefer to just find my games out in the wild than order them online, and that's what I did with all of these. I found them at my store. I was happy to pay the $20 each for them, and man, I love playing through those games. So nostalgic. Such good games. They really are. Oh, man. Oh, before I continue on with my games, I got this in the mail. Maybe some of you actually recognize this. This is a postcard from Viantastic. That's right, my friend Vian sent this to me. And on the back, I'm not a patron of his, but he did send me a message asking what my address was so he can send me a postcard, and I gave him my address, and the note says, "Hey Skul, I hope when this finds you, you're having a great day. It's about 4 a.m. when I'm writing this. I notice we both have a bad habit of never sleeping when we should. You seem to pull it off better, though. I wanted to thank you for accepting me into your close group. I don't know if it shows, but I'm very thankful and very lucky to be part of such a great group of people. We make some really great content together, but the feeling of friendship and support is what I love most. Love, Vian." Thank you so much, Vian. That's so generous of you. I'm going to cherish this forever. You know, I can collect all the video games in the world, but stuff like this means way more to me, so thank you so much, Vian. While I was at my retro game store, I really wanted to focus on N64 games for a while, but I guess right now I'm just in an Xbox mood, because I bought all of these. So, these are all original Xbox, and I ended up getting quite a few of them. I got Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. I got Conflict Vietnam. Fable, which I've heard good things about, I think. Heroes of the Pacific. The Incredibles, which I remember playing at the Xbox demo kiosk in Walmart when I was young. That looks like a super fun game from what I remember. NBA Live 2002, 2003, and 2005. My store cannot get rid of sports games. These are all stupid low prices. And remember, buy two, get one free if they're $7.95 or less. That's what I've done with all these, so that's why I can justify buying them. Project Gotham Racing, which I've also heard good things about. Star Wars Obi-Wan, and Star Wars Starfighter Special Edition. They're Star Wars games. Whether they're good or not, I'll certainly play them, and I'll certainly enjoy them. I have no doubt of that. And then when my brother gave me his Xbox 360, he gave me all of his Xbox 360 games that he had left. He had Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Bioshock Infinite, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Which I have not played any of them yet, but I've been told by many people that I should at least play Bioshock. So that's high on my list of priorities for when I eventually finally sit down and start playing the 360. I'm going to show this off too. Oh, that's not in view. I got this as a Christmas present from one of my patrons and mods on my server, Corey. She sent me a message asking, hey, do you have this? And it was something on an Etsy shop, and I said no. And next thing I know, right around Christmas, I get this in the mail. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's a Pokeball, and inside is a Helioptile inside a desert setting, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, Corey. I already have a nice place to set that. It looks great. Super happy for that. I just love all the gifts that you guys send me. You guys don't have to send me anything. I need to make that clear. But when you do, you always make it so... It's so exciting for me. You know, stuff that I would never think to get myself, but you get it for me and I'm like, well, I'm never getting rid of this. So thank you so much. And before I get to this bag in this box, as of December 2018, I have now completed the Pokemon main series collection. With an asterisk. My goal was to collect... The first thing was every single main series game at least loose, and I have fulfilled that. Some of the stuff here involves that, but then my second goal, which is not yet complete, is to collect every single main series game complete in box. That means the game, the box it came in, the manuals, the inserts, all that stuff. Whatever was in the box when it was first shrink wrapped at the factory is what I consider complete. And I'm still working on that, but in the meantime, thanks to these games, these three specifically, I have now completed the main series of Pokemon in my collection. Diamond version, Heart Gold, complete, in box, and Black 2, which was sent to me by a fan. Thank you so much. And I also decided to go out and get probably the most expensive game to complete in box, Pokemon Crystal, just to get it out of the way. Don't know why this is so expensive. Actually, I do. This is a Gen 2 game released after the Game Boy Advance had been out for over a year. And a lot of people who got Crystal, if they got it at all, they bought a Game Boy Advance that came with it packed in. So to buy it just by itself in a box, very rare indeed. But I got it for a good price, and now I'm only missing 9 Pokemon games, or the boxes for those games, and then I'll have a complete in-box main Pokemon series. Sorry for the cut in the video, but I thought it'd be better to just take all these games out of the bag so I can show them to you in proper stacks. So I hit up my Goodwill earlier today and asked, well, I didn't ask, I looked to see if they had any video games, because post-Christmas video games are really easy to find at Goodwill, and usually for good prices. And they just hit me up with so many games. In fact, they had more in the back that they brought out to me, and at some point, it was less of, okay, I have all these games, and more of, I gotta stop before I spend too much. So, there have to be, man, 30 games here or more, all in different stacks here, so let's just go ahead and show off the stacks. So, for PlayStation 2, I got Max Payne, which is a Rockstar game, so probably a good game. MotoGP 4, The Sims Bustin' Out, SOCOM US Navy SEALs Combined Assault, Grand Theft Auto 3, Def Jam Vendetta, and NBA Street, which I don't know if it's anything like NBA Jam, but it might be. It kind of looks like it. For the original Xbox, we got Xbox Music Maker, or Music Mixer, Spider-Man 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Viet Cong, Mortal Kombat Deception, which I'm pretty sure got a different name in France because Deception means something completely different, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Fantastic Four, the slightly better movie version, and Phantasy Star Online Episodes 1 and 2. We got a few oddball games here, 2 for 360, Call of Duty 2, and Plants vs. Zombies, which I've never played, but I know all about it, so I'm looking forward to playing it. That one's a little loose. There's 2 games in here. I don't know if there's supposed to be. We got Lego Indiana Jones, the original adventure. So yeah, there's 2 discs in there. I don't know if there was supposed to be, but there are. Just now saw that. And then I got this nice stack of games here. We got 4 original PlayStation games. We got Gran Turismo. Everyone knows this. Everyone loves this. Medal of Honor. Action Man Operation Extreme. And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I can barely ever tell if the glare is doing a good job or bad job to these. I got 2 DS games. Power Pros 2008. And Nicktoons Attack of the Toy Bots. But the thing I was most excited to see was this batch of 5 NES games. Now, I hardly ever see anything retro at Goodwill. It's almost always, like, the oldest it gets is Xbox, PlayStation 2, maybe sometimes GameCube. Never ever cartridges. Only one time before this that I can remember. And yet here there were 5 of them. So we got NES Play Action Football. Blades of Steel by Konami, so hopefully that's good. Bases Loaded 2, second season. Bases Loaded is a classic baseball series. Wheel of Fortune, based off the TV show. That should be fun. And Double Dribble. Looks like a basketball game. And all that was from Goodwill. Super happy to have gotten all that. Just, man, they were loaded after Christmas. I got this just earlier today. That's why it was all still in the bag. And then finally, we have here a box of more free stuff. This is, again, for my brother. Kinda. This was in his closet. And he told me that I can look through his closet, see if there were any games. Now, the first time I looked, there was nothing. But my mom and sister cleaned out his closet a few days ago after he left, with his permission, of course, to just get rid of his junk. And there was a lot of stuff in there, like, even not video game related, there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to keep. But this is video game related, and this is probably the most important video game related stuff from his room, because, oh man, just the nostalgia behind this. For example, Super Smash Bros. For the N64. This isn't just any copy of Super Smash Bros. This is our copy, like his and mine, probably mine, of Super Smash Bros. From when we were kids. They've just been in this box, just waiting to be found, and now I get to add some of these to my collection. A lot of these I already had, but some of them are brand new, at least to my collection, so they're either the newest editions or the oldest editions, depending on how you look at it. And like, especially Super Smash Bros. And a few of these other ones, I wanted to get them, but I just held off in the hopes that I would eventually find the games, and I did. So I'm very happy I held off on them. I'll save that one for last. Let's see, we got Rampage 2, which I actually don't remember in the least. We have Razor Freestyle Scooter. We got GT64. And I'm pretty sure... yeah, I'm pretty sure all the rest of these are games that I've already gotten on the N64 by myself. So, what I'll probably do with these is I'll probably trade labels with the games that I already have, and then sell those games back to the retro game store, or trade them in for something else. Anyway, we got Wipeout 64, Pilot Wings, which, oh man, that's such a good game. This was a launch title for the system, right there by Mario Brothers. Or, sorry, Super Mario 64. Pokemon Stadium. Poured so many hours into that. Actually, I might just keep both Pokemon Stadium copies I have, honestly, because I actually got farther in the other cartridge that I already have. Star Wars Battle for Naboo, which is actually a new one that I needed for my collection. Now I have every Star Wars game from the N64. 007, The World Is Not Enough. Not to be confused with GoldenEye. I think there's a reason GoldenEye is more popular. 1080 Snowboarding, which is... oh man, if you haven't played that, you're missing out. Supercross 2000, which, another game I just love. And these are more N64 games here. NHL 99, which I remember losing a lot. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. And Toy Story 2, which I believe was a birthday present for me from a long time ago. So, super happy to have my old copy back of all these games. There's actually more games down there, but first, Also got my childhood N64 controllers. Got a black one and a gray one, and the black one has a memory pack on it, which goes with Toy Story 2, as a matter of fact. So yeah, 2 more controllers. The sticks are incredibly loose, but I think there's a way to fix that. I'll have to look more into it later. Just so happy to have all this stuff back. And then we've also got a few other games here, which are not N64 games. We got 3 GBA games. We got Need for Speed, which I remember being like a pseudo 3D thing, which was interesting for the GBA. Sonic Advance, which I poured a lot of hours into. I loved that game. Lego Star Wars, the video game, which I'm pretty sure is 100% complete. I'll have to pop that in and see. And maybe you can tell what this is. Probably not. I had to look at it really long and hard before I realized that's Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Yeah. I think the battery's dead on it. It doesn't have any save data on it. When I played it for a while and tried to save the game and then reloaded the game, it wasn't there. But still, more games for me to have, for me to add to my collection or re-add to my collection. But the most exciting part about all this is this: Donald Duck Going Quackers. This probably doesn't mean much to most of you, but this has a very special place in my heart for one specific reason. This was my very first Nintendo 64 video game. In 2001 or 2002, one of those, one of my uncles, who actually used to work at Ubisoft, I'm pretty sure, sent me this game, sent me and my siblings this game, and we got it for Christmas. We opened it up, and it was this, and my first reaction was, oh, well, we don't have a Nintendo 64, so I guess we better, you know, return this or trade it in for something else that we could use. And the next day, my mom took us to GameStop and bought us a used Nintendo 64 system, which is now hooked up to my television, because we found that, with this controller. So, sentimentally, this is probably the most important game that I have added to my collection this month. Super excited to have it and put it back in my collection as my actual copy of Donald Duck Going Quackers. It's just amazing to me to know that nobody else has played this game ever. I don't know of any other N64 games where I can claim that, where I actually bought it, you know, where it actually came to me still in its box with no one playing it before. So, yeah, that's from my brother's box, and that wraps up my video game pickups for the month of December 2018. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Be sure to let me know what your favorite thing was in the video. Mine is probably this, but if we're going to talk about things that I didn't previously own, probably the PlayStation 2, because my wife got it for me for Christmas. I really wanted it. I'm enjoying it a lot. And, oh man, just so many things this month that I'm so happy to have. Yeah, be on the lookout for a room tour in just a few days. Be on the lookout for that, and yeah, I'll be back next month showing you what I get in January 2019. See you then. Talk to you later.